I wanted to explain why I recommend that you weigh yourself daily if you are in an active or proactive weight loss phase. And what I mean by this is you are already doing the things necessary to get closer to your weight loss goal. You might want to start weighing yourself daily, and let me explain why. First, I want to just briefly go over who this video is not for. If you have struggled with disordered eating patterns and tracking your weight, calories, etc. is a huge trigger for you, this video is not for you. Please do not take this advice. If you know that focusing on a weight loss number is not beneficial, don't do it, okay? Focus on the habits, focus on being consistent, focus on continuing to make healthful decisions without tracking any of the numbers. That is totally fine. What I really want you to look at is when you weigh yourself daily, you begin to desensitize yourself to the fluctuations, and you'll be surprised by how much you fluctuate during the week. Then we're gonna take the average. I could, and I used to tell people, you know, if that destroys your whole day, like don't weigh yourself, don't weigh yourself, don't weigh yourself. But then what I found is most people are going to weigh themselves anyway. So if you're going to step on the scale anyway, you might as well step on it every single day and begin to desensitize yourself to fluctuations. If you weigh yourself 5 times over the course of a month, and maybe you weighed yourself at a really low day and it was like 152, and you're like, yes, lost 5 pounds over the weekend. You didn't, but let's say you did. And then you weigh yourself like 10 days later and it's 162, and you're like, oh my God, I have gained 10 pounds. And a lot of people will end up either mentally spiraling or F it, I'm just gonna, this diet isn't working, or what I'm doing isn't working, I'm gonna completely switch, or I have to restrict so much this next week because I effed it up. I have a lot of clients who say, I'm not losing weight, I'm not losing weight. And if they're not weighing themselves daily, I don't actually know if you're losing weight or not, right? What if you're just weighing yourself on the very high days or the very low days? If you take every single day and you find you're 152, 155, 149, 160, you drop up and down, but the average is still 154. Then the next week we do the same thing, it's 153.5. That is a hard difference to see unless you are calculating averages. So number one, it gives us a better, more accurate picture. Number two, it desensitizes you to maybe those high numbers, hopefully. Again, some people this does not work well for, please ignore this advice. But when you're doing everything that you can do to lose weight, and then you tell me, I'm not losing weight, but all I see is 5 weigh-ins, I don't know if you're losing weight or not. And if you're gonna weigh yourself anyway, you might as well do it in a systematic, calculated manner so that we can get real data from it. So most people think that when you lose weight across time, okay, this is our time and weight loss. Label my axes because I'm in school. Okay, so most people think that when you lose weight, it's gonna look like this. And in actuality, when you begin weighing yourself daily, what you're gonna see is it's more like the stock market or your credit score. You're gonna see some high numbers, some low numbers, high numbers, low numbers, maybe a little bit of fluctuation there, maybe a really high number because you went to a birthday party, had some pizza, had some alcohol, and then you're gonna drop back down the next week. Like, this is kind of very normal, but the downward trend is what we're looking for. But when you only weigh yourself like 5 times over the course of the month, where's the trend? Right? So all you're seeing is this. And you're focusing possibly on this low number, like, yeah, see, I'm actually 183, or 153. But today I weighed at 163. It's not working, screw it. Well, then you go off your diet or you go off your plan or whatever it is, and you end up back up here again, right? So what we wanna do is create very small, long sustaining changes so that we can begin to see that downward trend. And we're not gonna freak out over that one high number because that's normal, especially if you are a woman and maybe you're menstruating or you're about to menstruate, or if you go out to eat and you maintain a little bit more sodium in your body, you're gonna weigh a little bit more because it's retaining more water. If you exercise, your muscles are going to be retaining more water, so you might weigh more. And if you're lifting at the same time, you might actually be gaining muscle, losing fat, but your weight might not change that much. So I actually like looking at inches a little bit more for most people. And again, it just really depends on your goal, depends on your mindset. But if you're really wanting to lose weight, lose fat, lose inches, and the number on the scale is really hard to look at, consider this. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but if you are weighing yourself anyway, might as well look at it from a very objective point of view, hopefully. So hopefully this helps. Let me know if you try it out. If it's not for you, that's okay. Disregard this message. But for those who are struggling and really want to lose some weight, but you're really all over the place and you're looking more at a scatter plot than a trend, start weighing yourself daily. Take the average. Then we'll talk. If you're interested in working with me, I do have a link down below to just submit an application so I can get a little more background information about you. And then we can set up a call and just discuss what maybe my programs can do for you. So if you're interested in that, definitely apply below or send me a DM on Instagram. I always love to talk about this. So if you're really struggling and you just need some guidance or some references, resources, I am here for you. So send me a message and we'll talk. Bye.